Right, below zero temperatures may have slowed some of the ongoing protests in Minnesota, but the legal fights there are just heating up. The Justice Department says it is appealing a judge's ruling to restrict the kinds of tactics ICE agents can use against peaceful protesters, and that includes the use of pepper spray and tear gas. DHS Secretary Christine Ohm said the limits are, quote, a little ridiculous. CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez is here with me again in studio to discuss this. Camilo, good morning.
Good morning.
We've been talking about the legal back and forth in Minnesota. This is just the latest iteration of that. What are the potential outcomes, though?
Well, look, the Trump administration's main demand for Minnesota officials is for local authorities, Errol, to start working with ICE and Border Patrol by allowing ICE officials to go into local jails to arrest immigrants who are in local criminal custody. The administration's argument has been that it has to send ICE and Border Patrol agents into the streets of Minneapolis, into communities, because they are not allowed to go into local jails to arrest people who are in the country illegally and have been accused of local crimes. So they have to go into communities to arrest those individuals. That is the policy position that the administration has articulated. Separately, the administration has argued that this crackdown in Minnesota is justified because of the allegations of fraud in that state that we have heard about, that the administration has really highlighted, especially among the Somali population in that state. There is no indication, Errol, that local officials will start to work with ICE anytime soon. And there's also no indication that the investigation into the allegations of fraud in Minnesota will end anytime soon. So it's possible this operation and the debate around it will continue for some time.
And we'll hear from someone apparently linked to that fraud later this hour. Our viewers may have seen some video going viral in the past 24 hours that relates to a protest at a Minnesota church. The Justice Department now opening an investigation into what happened. What did happen?
Well, what we know, Errol, is that a group of protesters angry over ICE activity in Minnesota entered a church in St. Paul over the weekend, disrupting a Sunday service that led to many of the members of the church having to leave the premises of the facility. And now top Justice Department officials are saying publicly that the administration has started a criminal investigation into this incident, saying that criminal charges against some of the protesters are possible. They have cited a law known as the FACE Act that makes it a crime, Errol, for people to use force, threats, physical obstruction to block or intimidate people in places of religious worship. So that would be the latest legal escalation over this crackdown in Minnesota, because, as you know, the Justice Department is also starting a criminal investigation into several Minnesota officials, including Governor Walz, and Mayor Fry, over an alleged conspiracy to impede federal officers.
So many different ways in which emotions are boiling over. Camilo, thank you very much.